Hello guys.
Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Make sure you
like,
subscribe, and leave them
comments down below.
Like
Below. Oh my God.
Scratch that. Welcome to the channel. It's Big Red behind the camera.
And Little Bit.
Y'all already know we back with another banger video for you guys, of course. Fire, flames, explosion. You know I do it for the strictly people that's posted on the corner. So if you got a problem with that, if you got a problem with that, we already know your bald ass grandma probably got a problem with that, but this ain't my turn. This is Lil Bit turn, so we don't know if her bald ass grandma got a problem with that. But if they did have a problem with that, they're gonna have to do what? Take it up with who?
Wow.
The people. Oh my God. Alrighty, y'all. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to Lil Bit so she can get into exactly why we're here today, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, guys. So welcome back to the channel, like she said. I don't know if y'all remember, but like 2 years ago, I lost my dad. And Lissa did a video by herself with, because I couldn't do a video. So she did a video like telling what happened and stuff like that. And she did like the whole decorating wall for me, stuff like that. I haven't spoke on it since it happened. So it's like, I hope this video helps somebody who's also going through the same thing that I'm going through. So I just got a few questions offline that people who's like probably grieving or who just lost a loved one or something like that. Like different questions to, answer. Like I said, I hope this will help somebody, and I hope this also helps me as well. So it's like a 2-year anniversary for the passing of my dad.
Okay, first question. How was the relationship with you and your father?
Me and my dad's relationship was so fun. Like, he was like, you don't know if you're gonna get cussed out, joked on, or end up in an argument when it came to him. So it's like, I loved my daddy. Like, I loved him for who he was. I didn't care about his flaws. I didn't care about him not being like raising me. I didn't care about stuff like that. It's just that when I got with him, it was just like me and him and my sisters. Like, it really didn't matter. Like, that was my dog. Like, that was my male figure in my life. He was the last male figure that I had in my life. So our relationship was dope.
Okay. What is the last memory you have of your father before his passing?
So many, but I think the funniest one was, my favorite memory is when I went to go see him for Christmas. I went to see my daddy for Christmas, mind you. He came to my house telling me that the weed that I was smoking, he was like, oh, that's bad. When you come see me, oh, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that. So we go see him for Christmas. It was me, Red, Nat, Joy, all of us went to go see him for Christmas. This man got a bowl of Reggie. So I'm like, that was smoke Reggie. That man cussed me out so bad. He told me he wasn't my daddy. And that my mama's best friend was my daddy. And then by him saying that, I said, okay, so I know he was looking for his baby mama keys so he could go. So I got the keys and hid them, and man, he was sitting there arguing with me. And then before I left, I gave him the keys, and he still cussed me out real bad. But it was all right though, because I laughed at him. It was all right. We talked 2 days later about it. That was just him. That man crazy. But that was like one of my favorite memories with him. Like, y'all, that was a funny night. That was a very funny night. Matt was like, I cannot believe your daddy act like this. I said, yup, that's where I get it from, my daddy. Crazy.
Okay. How did you find out your dad passed?
So my sister called me. I was in Orlando, leaving Orlando with Willie. Me, Lisa, Willie, and a few other people we had with Orlando. And on the way back from Orlando, my sister was calling my phone, but I didn't answer because the music was up loud in the car. So I was like, I just call her back like when we stopped to a gas station or something. So happened, we had needed gas. We pulling up in the gas station, she was still calling. So I answered the phone and she was like, bro, my daddy dead. I said, huh? She was like, my fucking daddy dead. I say, you talking about, and I really couldn't say nothing else. I broke down crying, I threw up. Whew.
How did you feel after the phone call?
It felt like I lost a lot. It felt like, I don't even know, like, you can't even describe it. Like, it was just like, for real? Like, is this serious? Like, how do you handle the news with knowing your daddy just, like, I didn't know what to do. I was lost. I was texting his phone, like, don't let this be true. Tell me she playing. Tell me you just mad and you just saying stuff to people. But she was like, no. She walked inside the house and he was on the floor in a prayer position with his head bowed down, as if he was like trying to reach for help, but he couldn't. He couldn't grab nothing, or he couldn't, like, he just slumped over. They had to kick the door in to get to him because he wasn't answering the phone. He wasn't answering nobody. And then, like, they went over there because he was supposed to be taking my little sister to celebrate her birthday because it was her birthday. And when they opened the door and they got in the house, that's how they found him. My little sister, my other sister, and his baby mama. They found him just on the floor.
When you found out he passed, did you feel abandoned?
Yeah. Yeah, because I felt like the first male figure in my life was, of course it was my dad, but growing up, my daddy was he was doing whatever he wanted to do. Never held it against him. But, like, my goddaddy was the first person to pass away, who played a big part in my life. He passed away when I was like 10. And then my granddaddy turned around and passed away, who played the biggest role in my life. Like, and so, like, my last hope was my daddy. Because I was like, my granddaddy picked up when my daddy slacked at. So now that he's gone, my daddy was gonna pick up from where my granddaddy left off. And that's what started happening. And now it's like you get grown and you lose your daddy too. Like, now you ain't got no male figure to turn to, no male figure.
Sorry.
It's like you just got no male figure at all. It's like I'm the female and the male. Like, I ain't look at no other man how I looked at those three men, because I knew them three men had my back and my best interests. I knew. And not all three of them gone, so it's like, what daddy you got to run to? Even if, like, something was to happen with a guy, what male do you have in your life that you can go to?
How do you deal with him being gone?
I don't know how to. Like, I want to break down. I want to just throw everything, just quit everything, but you can't do that because you do that, now you messed up. You go into a depression. I don't want to go into a depression. So I try to like keep myself busy, try not to think about it. But then when it hit me, like when things happen, like when men yell at me or if something was to happen to me, like I think about stuff like that and I be like, I don't got no daddy to run to. If somebody was to do something to me, I can't be like, I'm gonna call my daddy. And that's why, like, when I be seeing Lisa with her daddy, you see everybody else with their daddy, and it's like, why my daddy had to be the one to go, and everybody else got their daddy. It's like I always get the shit end of the stick, and I don't like it. So I don't deal with it. I just keep going and try not to think about it. But then it's like Father's Day come around, his birthday come around, the day he passed away come around.
Does it make you feel upset?
Yes. Yes. And I know deep down inside, a lot of the stuff that I do now is acting out. It's a lot of the stuff that I say, I really don't be meaning it, but I'm hurt, so I say stuff to hurt people. Because I'm hurting. And I don't know how to deal with it, so I come off as judgmental. When it's really all just because I'm mad. Just built up anger. Walking around with built up anger is not good. It's not easy to deal with. It's easy to say, oh well, let it go. You can't let it go because it's like, I know why I do what I do. Like a lot of the stuff that I say, I don't really be meaning that stuff. Like I'm just mad. It's hurt.
Okay, having your dad pass away, has that impacted you in any kind of way? Has it changed your path in any kind of way? How has that affected your life?
Yeah, it made me, like I just said, it made me a mad person. It didn't do nothing good. It made me a mad person, a judgmental person, a person who just don't want to be around BS, a person who don't want to hear no BS, a person who don't got time to hear how you doing this and how you doing that, like a very not understanding person. Yeah, because I was never like this. And I know I was never like this.
How is the relationship between you and your siblings on your dad's side?
We cool. Me and my sister Kayla talk all the time. I talk to Kayla mom. Me and Monica talk every now and then because Monica work a lot. Me and my other sister, we don't talk as much because, you know, she be in school and she be having her own little thing going on. So it's like we don't talk as much, but she'll hit me up every blue moon, every now and then. Hey, Pooh, what's up? Stuff like that. So we good.
What motivates you to keep going?
As fucked up as it is to me, you got no choice. It's like, even though when you stop in life, life keeps going. If I shut down, that's gonna affect so many people. That's gonna stop so much for so many people if I was to just stop. And I don't like my problems to project on other people. So I just keep it moving. You gotta keep going. Like, you have to. Like, it hurts, but you just gotta keep going. And I don't want to fail nobody. I don't want to. I just gotta keep going for myself.
If you choose to share with us, what was the cause or the reason behind your dad passing?
So somebody sold my daddy fentanyl. They sold him fentanyl. They put it inside of his weed. And he already had a heart condition. And we was already working on that with his diet and stuff. Like, he was listening to me. We was working on that, but he went out to go buy stuff, and when he got home, he rolled up, and as soon as he hit it, it stopped his heart. In 2 seconds. That's what the autopsy report said. It stopped in 2 seconds after he hit the joint. So,
You want to keep going?
yeah, just get it out of the way.
Is there anything you wish you could have said to him before he passed?
No. We talked about everything. We talked about everything. Like, we talked about everything. So, I probably don't go out the door tonight.
We're gonna ask you. What's something you will want the world to know about your dad?
My daddy was himself. He was himself. Like, it ain't nothing you can do to change Marcus. Marcus is Marcus. He did what Marcus wanted to do. Like, he was, to me, he was a man of his word. Because anything he told me he was going to do, he always did it for me. He always came through for me. He always, like, when I needed to hear something right, he always did. He was very protective. Like, if he felt like you ain't mean me no good, he'll be like, I don't think you should, be around that. I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do that. Like, don't get me wrong, with women, he was a dog. But he always, like, anybody he brought around his kids, he made sure they was caring. If you ain't like his kids, he ain't like you. Like, it was him and his against the world. So, he made sure he reminded me of how beautiful I was. He always told me how proud of me he was. He was so happy I was his daughter. He was so happy when his last child came out looking just like me. He was so happy. And this was before YouTube. It's before anything. He was just so happy. He was happy that I was the child that didn't hold nothing against him. Like, he always told me, like, pull your heart. He always said, your heart's so pure. Like, kids that who life he was, and he'd be saying, like, how they talk to him, how they do this, how he was like, but I wasn't ever, I wasn't ever in your life, and you don't hold that against me. Like, he always just told me, like, you gonna go plenty places because of your heart, and because of how you are, and because of how good of a person you are, and because of how you don't judge people. So to know that now he gone and I judge people, I feel like him passing has turned me into everything I don't want to be. turned me into like this mean person. In a way, like, yes, I just want to write it on. He was that guy. He was the best daddy I could ask for. Flaws and all.
Is there anything you would like to say to anyone that may be going through what you're going through, whether it's recent, whether their passing was many years before your dad's passing, is there anything that you can put out there that you would want to put out there today?
I would let your process deal with your process. Like, I'm still not 100% good at myself, so, because I'm not dealing with it. Don't let it turn you into something that you're not. Don't let it make you say things and do things that you know you wouldn't normally do. Like, continue to make that person proud. Continue to go on in life. Don't let it turn your heart black. Because that black side is nothing cool. You're going to lose people. Don't let it make you feel like how I feel, like I have to be over everything so I don't lose it. I have to be in control because I don't want to lose people I love. And sometimes that can run a person away because you're trying to be so hard and you just trying to get them to understand when they don't, but you don't want to lose that person, so you just, the whole time you're really pushing them away because it's something that you're scared of, something that probably ain't even gonna happen. So it's like, trust your process. Go through your process. Don't change who you are. And if you do change who you are, change for the better, not for the worse. Like, know that person they watching over you. I know I got 3 guardian angels. It just hurt that they not here. Physically. And emotionally. Like, it tears me alive to know they not here. So it's like, if you losing a parent, like, that's the way to life. Like, that's the person who brought you here. Help conceive. Like, that's the person who, and to know that attachment is gone now. Just go through it. Go through it. Don't let it change you for the bad.
Well, we love you. We're rooting for you. And we thank you for being open with us. And we thank you for sharing this very trying moment with those who also don't understand what you're going through. Me personally, so.
If you still got your daddy, I know people go through stuff in family. But y'all, it's not worth it because when they gone off the face of this earth and you can't say what you want to say to them, you can't be there for them, and they gone, that's it. So it's like, that's why I'm so big on forgiveness. Forgive people, it happened, let it go. Like, don't hold on to that, let that go. Because holding on That's a different type of hurt. That's a different type of hurt. But I'm glad I was able to say everything I needed to say to my daddy. I'm glad me and my dad did have those type of conversations to where we was. I don't know what I would do if I was mad at him and he left this earth. I don't know what I would do. So it's like, whatever you got to deal with a person, bro, deal with it because y'all arguing today, that don't mean they're gonna be here for your I'm sorry tomorrow. So just let it go. It happens, it happens. It ain't burn you down. It ain't tear you down.